The following program was provided by an independent producer solely responsible for its content. The opinions expressed do not necessarily represent the views of this station, its staff, board of directors, or underwriters.
Hey there, everybody. Welcome to the Happiness Jungle TV show with your host, Lyn-Dee Eldridge, the Chief Happiness Officer of the Happiness Jungle. And today, I am so excited to have Sandy on the show with us. We are Skyping her in from Jacksonville, Florida. And I had hi, Sandy, how are you?
I'm awesome. How are you, Lyn-Dee?
Oh my gosh, I am fantastic. I am beyond excited about what we're going to share today. Nancy, why do I want to keep calling you Nancy? I have no idea. Sandy,
okay.
Nurse Sandy. I think that's what it's throwing me off. The N for nurse.
Yes.
Yeah, but Sandy, we met not too long ago. It's just been a few months, maybe several months, and it was, like-minded people stick together. We met at a Les Brown event. And
right.
It was life-changing for, I think, the both of us.
Yes.
And you were sharing with me that you are really very passionate about making lives motivating.
Right.
So much so that you are the CEO of Making Lives Motivating.
I am.
And
yes.
I'm just excited. Share with our audience exactly what makes you so passionate about helping people live their lives and becoming more motivated.
Okay. Well, thank you very much for having me on this show. And you are such a dear, and I really, really appreciate you. And I'm just so, so blessed and thankful that we met. And I love your energy and my energy. And we just clicked right away. We knew that we should be doing things to help people. So I ended up making up my business. I've been a nurse for 16 years. And I really related with Les Brown because I have basically a third grade reading level and not very intelligent, but I try really, really hard. And so I know what it's like for people to struggle. And I feel that it's really unfortunate that a lot of people hate their lives and hate their jobs or, whatever. So basically, I ended up going from nursing to pharmaceutical sales. And then God brought me into a network marketing company. And a lot of people think of MLM. And when you think of MLM, your mind just kind of thinks negative. And that's just unfortunately, that's what happens. So I'm trying to coin the phrase instead to making it MLM, Making Lives Motivating, because it's the second highest industry besides professional sports. But they have more millionaire women than any other industry. But a lot of women and a lot of people don't know that about the industry. And so I'm trying to kind of change just the way that people think about that industry. But it's not just about network marketing. That's not my only thing. I do 5 different businesses. And so I just recently did a book with an author with somebody else. And I do a lot of investments, a lot of different things. That my main thing is that, one, don't ever believe what others' opinions about yourself. You need to believe what God says about you. And everybody watching is a wonderful, beautiful child of God. And you are special and you are important, and that you can live whatever life that you want to live. And it can be something that's motivating, that you are happy to wake up in the morning and you're happy to go to work. You don't have to hate going to work. Yeah.
I love what you said. And one of the things that really resonate with me, Sandy, is multiple streams of income.
Right.
And I'm greatly appreciative that you're sharing multi-level marketing as well, because as well am I involved in multi-level marketing, another stream of income. And when you could find a company in that industry that you're extremely passionate about their product and everything is in alignment, then you could have a home-based business to help you thrive. It's not going to make you a millionaire overnight, but it is going to be another stream of income that you're going to be able to build while you're doing other things. And I love how you stress the MLM, the, making lives motivating. It's delicious.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. It is. And that's the thing is, and now there's a new term. I'm not sure if you've heard of it. It's called side hustle. What are you doing for side hustle? That now with this economy and how everything is, people are like, what's your side hustle? And so it is, and exactly, you're right. And so my thing is I don't care what MLM somebody is in, and I'm actually in a few different ones, but I believe if you love the product, and you definitely got to love it. So nobody should go into something that they don't love or don't believe in.
Or that they're not a product of.
Right, exactly. It's very, very, very important.
Yeah.
Very, very. So as a nurse, for me, I'm with a health one that I know there's a lot of research on it. And so I tell people also, I save more lives as a nurse doing what I do now than I did with my normal nursing job.
Isn't that interesting? Wow. So are you still nursing? Are you still at a hospital? Or what else is it that you do?
I made a really good amount of money in pharmaceutical sales. And then I kind of was almost semi-retired. I gave a lot of money away. So I have a charity called Pay It Forward, and I gave away over $500,000. And I was giving a lot. And now I have to redo because I've had some income from my job, but I actually just recently am doing back to insurance nursing, where I go into the homes and draw blood and everything.
Oh, wow.
So that'll be fun because I like to keep up my skills and keep up my license, and I love people. So if I can come and meet people, and then you never know who God puts in your path and why they do. So I definitely believe that too, that being around like-minded people, being around positive people, and trying to stay in contact, like we did. And so I really appreciated Lyn-Dee. Left me a little card, which I loved. And then I text her sometimes, and she's grateful. And we just, keep that. So I like to inspire people to, if you're thinking about somebody, to text them right away, because they come into your head for a reason.
Yeah, so true. And I love what you said, that if you have a license, you might as well use it. Don't lose it. You worked so hard for that license.
I did.
And, and I like how you said that, you have that third grade, which I never would have even imagined, the third grade. That's incredible, And for you to be able to be who you are today, and you didn't allow anything to hold you back. You had no excuses.
Right.
How did you develop that mindset instead of sticking with the woe's me or the people that also haven't passed the third grade? How did you develop that mindset to make you so powerful?
Thank you. I really honestly believe that I am nothing, and that I am not anything special, that I think that it's Jesus, that I was in a lot of trouble. I was bad. I skipped school when I was very young. I started smoking cigarettes and all kinds of stuff when I was very young, like 5th grade young. Very young. Very young.
Oh, some of us can relate to that.
Yeah. So luckily I got saved, and I think, my Jesus, my Savior, is who saved me, number one. And then being around certain youth pastors. And then honestly, growing up, I just struggled, and I just studied, and I felt stupid my whole life. There's a quote by Einstein, and it says, everybody's a genius. If you give a fish the same test to climb a tree, he's going to fail it. Like if you gave a monkey to climb a tree, he's going to pass it. But if you gave a fish to climb a tree, he's going to fail it. But that he's going to feel like he's supposed to be stupid his whole life. So literally up until my 30s, I felt like I was really, really, really stupid. And then luckily I ended up going, that's the other thing of why I'm so passionate about making lives motivating in MLM, is I didn't even know self-development until I got into network marketing. And then
Isn't
network
that
marketing.
the truth?
network marketing. It's a paid personal development. And so they told me I believed in the product all day. My belief level of the product was 100, but my belief in myself was 1. I didn't think that I was special. I was divorced twice and how to really up, some abusive relationships with men. And so I just kept expecting and having a bad man in my life because I didn't know any better. And so really, honestly, that's why I love network marketing. It changed my whole life.
Wow.
And so it helped with health. It helped it's how I got into it. And then I ended up finding Les Brown and, Tony Robbins and different, there's two guys, and one of my mentors in my company, and he writes a book. It's Dr. Herbert Harris. And so he's really, really awesome. And he writes the 12 levels, the 12 universal laws of success. And so I was able to get in his book with him. He did a super achiever edition and was able to pick from a few people. So it's my first book. And I know I've wanted to write one. I've talked to a few people in Les Brown that, a lot of people in there have written books. I'm not quite ready for my own yet. So I was like, I'll just piggyback off.
Right. I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of you that you say I am now an author. I'm so proud of you for all of your accomplishments. I am so excited for your tomorrow.
Thank you. I am so excited for yours. And that's the thing, and whoever's watching, I'm not sure who gets to watch this, but I really believe that whoever's watching, that I just want you guys to know that if I can do it, and I've been an overcomer, then you can do it. And it doesn't matter how hard the circumstance is, you can push through it and get and just really clasp onto something and know it doesn't matter who's telling you. If you have an abusive spouse, if you have an abusive parent, if whoever it is, that you got to know what God says about you, and you were not made for junk. You were made for a purpose, and that you are special.
Oh my goodness!
He doesn't make junk, and that everybody is very, very special. You're important and special to me. If I ever meet you, I'll give you a hug. I don't care. I don't judge anybody, and I love everybody. And I know Lyn-Dee's the same way, and she loves everybody.
It's so true. And just because you're someplace maybe that isn't so serving you doesn't mean that you have to stay there. And it absolutely doesn't state who you are either.
Exactly. And you do deserve, you do deserve better. And so finally I had decided from being codependent and being codependent on men and everything, that then I separated, and I took a time out away from men and just worked on my relationship of personal development, relationship with myself, and learning to love myself. And I used to tell people, that's a bunch of baloney. You don't have to love yourself to love others, because I love everybody and I don't love myself. And luckily I spent the time, but it was so worth it. I never thought I could do it, but I did it. And now God brought me an amazing man that is just awesome. So
yes, he did. But you had to get rid of the junk in order to fulfill your treasures.
Exactly. You have to clean out the closet.
You must clean out your closet, absolutely. And if you're thinking right now, where can I listen to personal development? How do I get started with that? That's simple, especially in social media world. You could YouTube inspiration. You could YouTube anything positive in your life. You do not have to continuously listen to the garbage, to the poison that someone else is trying to feed you, where in fact you could be living your best life ever. But you got to start. There's always that starting point. Isn't there, Sandy?
Exactly. And definitely YouTube some Les Brown. He will really help you get some motivation in, and some Tony Robbins. And just when you YouTube the motivation, there's certain clips. There's Guy Todd Special that is in with this, and he does a lot of his own little clips and redid his voice and put the little video and all that. I haven't done any of those, but if you could I would really encourage you guys to listen to YouTube or Zig Ziglar. There's a few different really, really good authors. There's a really good book that's called Outwitting the Devil. I don't know, Napoleon Hill, if you've read that one, because it talks about your brain, and that we get it in our brain and we think, we talk all this negative talk to ourselves. And what's crazy is not only besides listening to other people, if there's abusive relationships, don't listen to yourself talk about yourself. That was in my head too. I would talk more bad about myself than anybody else would talk bad to me. And so then I realized, no, you have to start talking good to yourself. You have to say, I am special, I am worthy, I am important, I am good enough.
That's
So
right.
you guys are.
I am. The
I
I
am.
am statements are so powerful. And you have to make sure that the I am is a positive. You don't put anything negative, you don't claim, you don't take ownership for anything in your life that's negative. Only things that are positive in your life, your surroundings, your environment, no matter where you are. You're in your place because you're supposed to be there right now, but it doesn't mean that you have to stay there. Do you have a YouTube channel, Sandy?
Yes and no. I
Okay.
probably have like 3 videos. But yeah, I have my website, which is makinglifesmotivating.com. And then if you do YouTube, you could put Sandy Peters. I have a few on LifeVantage, a few on some of the businesses that I do.
Okay, well, see, there you go. Now, and I have a YouTube channel, and it's the Happiness Jungle, Lyn-Dee Eldridge. So if you're looking for inspiration, I promise you that, especially on my channel, that's what you're going to see with our co-branded partner, Mr. Les Brown. Yes, we are co-branded partners with him. We're very excited about that because we decided to show up.
Right.
We decided to show up where we found out he was going to be. And obviously, we are like-minded. And we were in a room full of people that some were way smarter than us, thank goodness, because I never want to be the smartest person in the room. And then we were there with other people that were just as hungry as we are. And always be hungry for better.
Yes, you got to be hungry.
Got to be hungry. You got to want more for yourself. Always. Never settle. Never be satisfied.
Yes, and I would say do something nice for somebody every day. I do that every single day. Every day I work out. I do positive affirmations, and I do, I write them on my mirror, and they're on my mirror, and I have them by my door as talking good to myself. And then, and just even sometimes today I went and brought somebody something special and took it to their work, but it just depends on what the day is. But I know, I really believe that to do, to remain happiness with your happiness jungle and keeping your lives motivating, and just, I really believe giving is huge, is really, really, really huge.
It is. And, not every day is so sunny. However, if you keep on bringing the light within you and believing in the higher power, everything is possible. There's a way to get out of situations that you're in. And I have a book called Tears of Fears Behind Closed Doors. I came from an abusive past. And I said, I stood up and I said, I'm done. I deserve more. And it was painful leaving it because we wanted those relationships to work so badly. You believe in those relationships so much that you want to have it more than the other person does. So here you are, you're working so hard to make an unhealthy relationship healthy, where in fact, it's never going to serve you. So, right, Sandy? So relax and realize that there's a future for you. But it all starts with starting to build in you, to believe in you, and it starts with the personal development and the power of suggestion with others that have been through it.
Yeah, and just taking that step, taking a step forward and doing it and putting it in action, just one step at a time, one day at a time. And it's hard, but you can do it.
It's hard. Were you born in Jacksonville, Florida?
No, I was born in California, but my mom loved to move. And so that's also why I felt stupid, is literally when I was 8, she met my stepdad, and that's when he went into the military. My life actually got more controlled. Sometimes people say, oh, military brats because you move all the time. Actually, I moved so much before that, literally like 20 times, that it was just, it was so much. So when the thought of like only moving every 4 years was way better, but I went to literally over 20 elementary schools and three middle schools, and then luckily, blessings, one high school. And I did get saved, and I was at a Jesus freak in high school. I went to Wolfson over here, and I was Miss Congeniality, and I loved high school, and I was friends with all of the people. I did a monologue for God.
Not for nothing, but you do look like Sandra Bullock.
Thank you.
That was a great movie. I'm sorry.
Yeah, she did the Hope Floats with her husband cheating on her. I'm like, can you do some positive movies? But yeah, I do. I used to really, really look like her too, but now my looks have changed a little bit. But
You're gorgeous. You're gorgeous.
Thank you. I love helping other people, and whatever I can do to help other people out. I know it's hard to move, but my high school, I went to there, and then I met my first husband at church. We waited 6 months to kiss. And then I was together with him for 2 years, and my mom moved, and I loved high school. And I'm like, I'm not moving. And she's like, you're this goody girl now, because I was really, really bad. And then I got to really, really good. And she's like, we trust you. And she let me stay home, and he came over to cuddle, and I got pregnant. So I had my daughter when I was 18. So I have an 18-year-old daughter and a 12-year-old son. And a lot of people look at me and they're like, you don't have an 18-year-old daughter. I'm like, I do.
So many people are going to relate to your story. See, I wasn't moved around like you are, but hearing that you were an Army brat and hearing that you were moved around so much, we have people that are in our audience that are going, oh my God, she's talking about me. I felt stupid. I didn't feel like I could create relationships.
Right.
Thank you.
And you're welcome. I just wanted to help too, and you can find me on Facebook. My Facebook name is Sandy Peters-Albertson, but and anybody reach out to me. Whatever I can do to help people out is what I love. That's my heart.
Yeah. So your first husband, you met him at church.
Oh yeah, I had my daughter. She was 2 when he cheated on me. Then we ended up divorcing. Right. And then
that must have been very hard for you, because I know in the spiritual world you don't want to get divorced.
Right. No, exactly.
And I also want to share that my first husband was a churchgoer, and in the church he was a saint, and out of the church he was the devil. And if you're living with somebody like that,
it's really, really sad. And then it's so sad that
hypocritical.
Exactly. And then people don't love God because they think that all, people are just hypocrites. And what's really sad and what's funny is when I got pregnant, I wasn't worried about being a young mom. I knew that I knew that my daughter, I would take good care of my daughter. I knew I would be fine. I went straight to nursing school. But the only worry on my head was, what are people going to think about God? Because I got pregnant, because I was a Jesus freak in school. And so the hypocrite thing, and it's really, really hard for certain people. And unfortunately, if you can just think about it, your parents, they told you, do this, do that, whatever, get good grades, whatever your parents told you, but you didn't always listen to them. You kind of did whatever you wanted to do, and kind of went, none of us are perfect. We all kind of want to learn things the hard way. And so it's kind of like that, like God, our Heavenly Father. We know sometimes what we're supposed to do, the 10 Commandments, certain things. Like, I was married both times, and I'll be 100% honest that, both times I did not wait for marriage, and I messed that up. So this time with my man that I have now, we are waiting, and we're doing it God's way. And so I'm like, you know what? I've learned my lesson, not listening to my Heavenly Father, and I want all the blessings that I can get. And it's hard, and it is really, really hard. But I want to tell you, don't let other people's mistakes and other hypocrites that may have not treated you right reflect that on him, on God's love for you, because God is totally loves you. And unfortunately, he gave us free will, or fortunately, and so we're not perfect. But there is forgiveness. There's power in forgiveness too. I would say there's so much power in forgiveness that if you can, whoever is watching this, maybe somebody can relate in it. They've been hurt by, a spouse, a parent, a friend, somebody, and it hurts really, 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 really bad. But if you can just forgive them, it's powerful. It's really, really powerful, because it's not really helping. It's helping you more than it's helping them.
That's right. It's helping you 100%.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Nancy.
Yeah. So I do. I've given all the bad things that have happened to me, and I just, my life is not perfect, but I think it's pretty dang good, and I'm very, very, very blessed. And I know, like, I love to just watch your Facebook and your lives and your posts and everything, because you've been through a lot this past year too. And it's like it's a choice. You can either make lemonade out of lemons, and you're doing a great job
Thank you.
of that. So I
Thank
really
you.
watching and being a part of your life, and just very, very blessed and thankful.
I really appreciate that, and there are so many people that are going through trying times, health challenges, and losing loved ones, and all this stuff. And I just want to share with you, don't drink anybody else's poison and wait for the other person to die. Forgive. Forgive is absolutely the cure to heal. I didn't say forget, because if you forget, then you're never going to grow and move on. I said forgive so you could grow and move on. And that is very, very powerful. Sandy, how does everybody get a hold of you? We're almost out of time. I can't believe it. And I want to make sure that they have your contact information, because you're an angel, and you're a blessing in my life. How can the audience get in touch with you?
The best way is probably Facebook, Sandy Peters-Albertson. For if you want to send me a message, I related to your story. Can you talk to me? I give everybody, I kind of do life coaching, but what I really do, I do actually out of comfort zone. I don't have God gave me a gift of not having a comfort zone. I can go up to anybody and talk to anybody. I think that's part of going to all the 20 different schools in elementary school, that I would just have to go make friends. So if you have problems, but I give a free half-hour, call of just talking. And then if you are looking for a second stream of income, I do multiple ones, because to me, everybody says, well, just do one. Well, I have a huge toolbox. And so to me, it's like I can go to any job and I have a tool, because it's really what matters to them. What are their interests? What are their passions? Because me as a nurse, I'm passionate for the health, but not everybody cares about health.
That's right.
And so I do a lot of different things. So I would love to help people make, a second stream of income. I would love to help people, to just point them in the right direction, the right book, or just listening. Sometimes it's listening and somebody wanting to share their story. And so, I love friends, be friends with anybody, and whatever I can do to help them. But yeah. And Making Life Motivating has a few of my businesses and a few of my stories and some videos for makinglifemotivating.com.
You are a gift, a very, very special gift. You're a very special gift in my life. And time is up. I can't believe it. Hey, everybody. I never said life was easy, but I did say that you could be happier. This is Lyn-Dee, the Chief Happiness Officer with the Happiness Jungle, sharing this time with Nurse Sandy from Jacksonville, Florida. And it truly is about making lives motivating. Bye for now, everybody. You are a blessing. Thank you so much, Sandy.
Thank you, Lyn-Dee.
Thank you. Love you.
Love you. Bye, guys.
Bye.
The preceding program was provided by an independent producer solely responsible for its content. The opinions expressed do not necessarily represent the views of this station, its staff, board of directors, or underwriters.